My name is Annika Jacobsen, and I'll present the work of European Joint Program on Rare Diseases, EJP-RD, on making rare disease resources fair. So the title is From Rare to Fair Data, Research and Development of Verification Procedures in European Joint Program on Rare Diseases. Next. So there are more than 6,000 different rare diseases, and rare diseases have a low prevalence with less than 1 person in 2,000. But in total, rare diseases are numerous. There are in total more than 30 million citizens in Europe who have a rare disease. And finally, rare diseases, they often cause severe conditions. Few are preventable or curable, and most are chronic, and many result in early death. Next. And rare disease data is being collected across Europe, and these data contain important information to advance our knowledge on diagnosis, disease progression, and treatment. However, they are sparse, scattered, and heterogeneous, and therefore they cannot be fully exploited. This is why the rare disease research can highly benefit from international collaboration and also implementation of the FAIR principles. Next. So the EJP-RD is today the largest European joint effort on rare disease research. It brings together more than 30 institutions. This includes research funders, scientific institutes and universities, European infrastructures, hospitals and patient organizations. And finally, the 24 European reference networks, ERNs, of rare disease expert centers. And the purpose is to create an effective rare disease research ecosystem. And a substantial effort thereof has been allocated for developing verification procedures of rare disease researches, such as patient registries. Next. In EJP-RD, FAIR experts work together on the research and development of verification procedures with smaller teams of EJP-RD interoperability stewards that support the ERNs together with the registry software providers to make their resources fair. So in this way, the EJP interoperability steward, he acts as a catalyst for stakeholders by temporarily supporting them in their practical verification while also transferring the knowledge. And at the same time, the learning outcome from each practical verification task is used to improve the verification procedures by the EJP-RD FAIR experts. And these EJP FAIR experts in EJP is divided in many different working groups, for instance, on distributed and federated consent control, AI, and also metadata model and alignment service, just to give some examples. Next. The research and development of verification procedures in EJP-RD consists of creating guidelines where we describe the process step by step. And it is also by creating tools, infrastructures, and expertise to support these steps. Next. Here's a workflow illustrating the verification procedure. And it starts with identifying the objective or the need that the ERN has. Then the FAIR principles are applied accordingly, step by step. And it's important that the metadata clearly describes how the data can be found, accessed, and reused by humans and machines. And also that the metadata and data are made machine readable or interoperable. Next. As an example for the interoperability of rare disease registries, we have made a semantic data model that covers the common data elements for rare disease registration. This model is being continuously developed by EJP-RD interoperability experts, and we recently made the first release. Next to this, we also support the implementation of this model together with ERNs and registry software providers. Next. So currently we're working on mapping each of the steps in the FAIRification process to specific implementations or solution of each of the 15 FAIR principles in the rare disease domain. And this is important in particular because the FAIR principles themselves intentionally do not dictate any specific implementation. While FAIR implementation to some degree, they might be reused across domains, there are community-specific challenges that require specific solutions for the rare disease domain. For instance, principle F2 for findability and also for R1.2 on reusability of metadata, or principle I2.3 for community standards for interoperability. Additional challenges that we have are to align the common practices to facilitate adoption and to accommodate interoperability of the health data outside the rare disease domain. Next. Here you can see the 15 FAIR principles. So findability in red, accessibility in yellow, interoperability in blue, and reusability in green. We collect specific implementations or solutions for each of the 15 FAIR principles that are used by different rare disease tools and resources. So that means that there can be many solutions per principles, but they are for different purposes. So what we do, we collect a description, or we add a description for each of these implementations. And this is particularly important when there's more than one solution available. We also include description of implementation that are currently being developed by either EJP-RD or other projects. So in total, this also provides us with the current gaps in the FAIRification procedures. Next. So in summary, research and development of FAIRification procedure consists of guidelines, tools, expertise, and infrastructure. And these are being applied by EJP-RD interoperability stewards to support practical FAIRification and also to test current challenges and further develop on the FAIRification procedures. An important task that we're currently working on is on the inventory of rare disease specific FAIR implementation. And we collect these in a mind map, and we will be implementing this as a wizard to guide FAIR data stewards in verifying the rare disease resources. And this also presents us with measurable solutions to be implemented in a FAIR maturity tool. Next. Thank you for your attention, and also thanks to all my colleagues in EJP.